Have you ever looked at your dream and thought, there's no way I can do this? Like no matter how badly you want it. The mountain's just too high, the pain's too deep, the fear too loud. You scroll past other people's success, watch their highlight reels, and quietly wonder if you were meant for something more or if you're just fooling yourself. Let me stop you right there, because Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. And that's not just a nice quote to hang on your wall. It is a battle cry, a reminder that the greatest things you'll ever do in life will first scare you, confuse you, maybe even break you, but that doesn't make them impossible. It just means your story isn't finished yet. Let's rewind time. South Africa, apartheid, a country divided by hate and ruled by injustice. And in the middle of that storm stood a man not with a gun, but with courage, with vision, with a voice. Nelson Mandela didn't just face the impossible. He lived inside of it for 27 years, locked in a cell for standing up to a system built on cruelty, stripped of freedom, of dignity, of time. But here's the miracle. They locked his body, but they couldn't cage his spirit. While the world moved on, Mandela stayed patient. He endured. He believed. And when the gates finally opened, he didn't walk out bitter. He walked out bigger. And 4 years later, he became the first black president of South Africa. The very country that once called him a criminal, now called him a leader. That's what this quote means. That's what "it always seems impossible until it's done" really says. Not just that success is hard, but that it's often born from suffering, from rejection, from nights you cry alone and mornings you don't want to get out of bed. So now, let's turn the lens to your life. What's your impossible? Is it the exam you failed again and again? The job you never landed? The business idea everyone laughed at? The healing you've been searching for after heartbreak, trauma, loss? Maybe it's forgiving someone, or maybe forgiving yourself. Whatever it is, it feels like a wall. Too high, too solid, too permanent. But here's what Mandela would tell you. That wall is made of fear, not fact. It's only solid because you haven't dared to knock it down yet. And the moment you do, it starts to crack. We live in a world obsessed with overnight success. Social media shows us people winning, smiling, thriving. And we think, I must be doing something wrong. But you're not. You're just in the middle of your story. And the middle is messy. It's dark. It's full of self-doubt, setbacks, and sleepless nights. But that's also where transformation lives. Nobody sees the 1,000 times someone failed before they succeeded. Nobody hears the private battles behind a public victory. They only see the result, not the resilience. So let's be honest, there will be days when you'll want to quit, when the progress feels invisible, when your mind becomes your worst enemy. On those days, you must remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Because success isn't about giant leaps. It's about small steps taken again and again, even when they feel like they're leading nowhere. One email, one workout, one difficult conversation, one brave decision. That's how impossible things become reality. Not in a moment, but over time. And maybe right now, you're not chasing a dream, you're just trying to survive. You're trying to hold it together, to wake up, show up, and not fall apart. And even that feels impossible. If that's where you are, I want you to hear this with your whole heart. You are doing better than you think. The strength it takes to keep going in silence is real strength. You're not weak. You're human. And being human means you're allowed to stumble. You're allowed to fall. But you are not meant to stay down. Mandela didn't know when his struggle would end, but he believed it would. And that belief carried him through every day of darkness. You don't need to see the finish line right now. You just need to take the next step. Not tomorrow, not when it's perfect. Now, because someday you will look back at this moment, this exact moment, and whisper to yourself, "That was the day I decided to fight back. That was the moment I took control. That was when the impossible started to become real." You don't have to have all the answers. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to remember it always seems impossible until it's done. So go do the impossible, one step at a time. You've got this.